It's 10 o'clock, and this is Fox 10 Talks. We have a big show lined up for you this morning. If this is the first time you're watching, welcome aboard. We call it the friendliest chat on the internet, and we would love to have you say hi. We are in standby mode for the governor to arrive at any moment here at the Fox television studios in downtown Phoenix. We'd been working on this for quite a while to have the governor come be our guest, and that will be happening in just the next few minutes here on Fox 10 Talks. And, of course, we're interactive. So if you have questions for the governor, here's a great chance. It might be a little hard to pick up the phone and say, yeah, get me through to the governor. But here on Fox 10 Talks, once we have the governor who will be joining us here in the studio, it'll be a great chance for you to ask some questions. So that's coming up and a whole lot more in our big 10 a.m. hour. And then starting at 11, Ty's back from vacay. It'll be Ty and Anita, and then 11:30, Desiree and I. But let's get on to some of our other big stories, including what is happening with yet another day of the government shutdown and some real concerns about those SNAP benefits. I think we're all learning how many people, I mean, we are in the tens of millions in this country who have come to rely on these government benefits to help pay for their food budget over the course of the month. And so we have been checking in very frequently with St. Mary's Food Bank. In fact, a little earlier this morning, our Danielle Miller was out there, and here's what she had to say.
Especially since last week. So last week was really busy, and they're expecting once again another really busy week here at St. Mary's Food Bank. They're doing about 8 cars every 2 minutes. So they are really just making this push to make sure everybody gets the help that they need. Jerry Brown here with the food bank. Jerry, last week was kind of the start of when you started to see things really start to tick up.
Definitely. Things started to perk up. We're already at a record number, but we saw another 10 to 15% on top of that. So the weekend gave us a chance to reset. We have a great number of volunteers here. There's a lot of cars that need help, but we're able to meet the need.
And this line, we can kind of see it over there on Thomas. I mean, it is stretching around the entire building.
Yeah, and usually that doesn't happen this time of the morning, so we know we're going to see a lot of people. Normally we would see 1,000, 1,100 people at this location. We were over 1,400 on several occasions last week.
And this is typically what we would see on a Thanksgiving week of how many people?
Pretty much. You know, we normally don't see these kinds of lines when it's not Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving we'll do 3,000 on a day, but we have we have 8 lanes as opposed to 3 lanes, so we're doing the best that we can, and we're hoping that this situation resolves before Thanksgiving. We're only 3 weeks away from Thanksgiving, and if these two situations collide, it's going to make for a very interesting week for us.
And you were saying it's kind of like a double whammy, because more people are typically looking for help right now, and then you add the SNAP benefits being cut. It's all around just a bad deal.
People are forgetting about the 30,000 plus people that are affected by the government shutdown. They're either not working right now, they're furloughed, or they're like the TSA and the traffic controllers, they're working and not being paid. So those folks are coming on top of the SNAP folks.
How are you keeping up? I mean, I see so many volunteers out here. We have everybody packing these boxes inside and then distributing them here outside. It's just all hands on deck here.
A shout out to the volunteers. Our people are doing everything they can on the food side to make sure that we have enough food purchased and we have enough available. It's to have the helping hands, and it was great to see so many people out here to help us, because we're going to need them. It's going to be a long day.
It will be. Financial. You guys are looking for monetary donations. That allows you guys to buy more food.
Cash is king and allows us to go out there right now and buy more. We're dipping into our emergency reserves right now, but every dollar we take in at the food bank at stmarysfoodbank.org provides 5 meals in the community. It gives us that much more buying power out there. Some of these food boxes already have less food in them than they normally did, the emergency food boxes. That's because some of the canned food is being affected by the government shutdown as well. So we're just out there trying to find as much as we can and to say yes to every family.
Jerry, thank you so much. We appreciate your time out here this morning. But yeah, once again, there are 8 cars every 2 minutes here, and you can see the line just completely stretching around the building. A lot more than what they're used to seeing out here this time of the morning. We'll send it back to you guys.
Okay, so there we go. And boy, Celeste, where would we be in our our community without St. Mary's Food Bank. It's
I know.
incredible the work they do there.
Well, and I think we've been covering the St. Mary's Food Bank for quite some time, because they do so much to help families in Arizona. But there are a lot of other resources for families if they need it. If you've lost SNAP benefits, there's some organizations Valley, and then there's also, of course, as you know, St. Vincent de Paul. But it has been wild because the lines are long for a lot of families who desperately need help right now.
Yeah, and I think maybe there are certain states where you maybe have more people that are even more reliant than we are here in Arizona. I've been seeing some reports from some other states that you can't see the end of the line in various communities. This is Phoenix. We're the biggest city, 5 million metro.
Yeah.
We do have a lot of organizations, charitable, religious organizations that are jumping in to try to help.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have smaller communities, and we need to remind ourselves of that on an everyday basis.
I have a interesting story. There was a conversation I had with Kalina, our 13-year-old, last night. She was doing some homework.
Okay.
One of the assignments that she had came from one of her history teachers, and it said, hey, talk about the government shutdown with your parents or a family member or someone in your family, and then I want you to do a write-up on what you've learned.
And she's in what grade?
She's in 8th grade.
Okay.
So we're sitting there having this conversation. She's like, what does this mean? What is the government shutdown? And then she's like, well, how many senators? We have 100 senators in the country, right? And then we're talking about that. And so I say, well, what happens is people who either have to choose sometimes to pay their rent or to put food on the table, they get help from the government with SNAP benefits to feed their family so they can pay their rent or pay other bills or pay for medicine. And I said, and right now those SNAP benefits that are helping people put food on the table, they've run out. And she said, how sad. Like, I think when you have these conversations with your kids and you start to learn that they are able to understand the concepts, I think. Yeah. And so then we pulled up, this is what Republicans want, this is what Democrats want. And so we had that deeper conversation. And I said, the problem is they're having a challenge working together to find a solution.
Yeah.
And she's
this is why you need to run for office. That's a perfect. They're having a little bit of a challenge. They can't stand each other. Republicans, Democrats. They can't seem to meet in the middle.
Right.
Anyway, a little bit of a challenge.
Well, it's a little bit of a challenge. I mean, if you're breaking it down into like elementary terms, right? K-8.
Yes.
But I think that's really it. And how many times have we tried to work with people in general and say, just make it work. Figure out. It takes both sides, though, to compromise.
One of the things that I have been surprised about so far that there has not yet been a bigger breakdown in the operation of the air travel system in the country.
Absolutely.
I mean, we are reporting, I had checked this morning, there were a handful of flights that were delayed, maybe one or two that had been canceled, but really nothing major at Sky Harbor Airport, and we're one of the big 10 or so biggest airports in the country.
Right.
And for the most part, it seems like things are still kind of working along.
Well, I wonder if, this, I don't know, it'd be interesting when this whole thing is over to hear from one of the air traffic controllers to say, what were you hearing within your own circles?
Yeah.
Because the last time this happened, that was where we started to see the change. When flights were canceled or delayed, that's when we saw lawmakers start to act.
Yeah.
So now we have at 10 a.m., right? The Trump administration had until 10 a.m. to meet that judge's orders. To figure out how they were going to disperse some of the funding that had already been, contained.
Yes, right.
There with the federal government.
Correct. So we're going to watch that. Scott Bessent on doing the Sunday talk show circuit. The Treasury Secretary says it could be as early as Wednesday of this week, depending on how things go in court today, that they could get those things fired up and ready to go. Now, I will just say, I'm looking around. Hey, Dave, do you know how frequently or how long ago this was printed off? Total delays at Sky Harbor Airport were actually, okay, Dave says 30 minutes ago, we're actually up to 42. So that became much more significant when I checked this morning at 7 a.m., I think it was 9.
Right.
So it's getting a little bit worse on an everyday basis.
Quick note, Ron. Thomas Brown says, is there anyone from Maricopa on this chat who knows of a family who could use some assistance? So I think, Thomas, thank you for your big heart for the community. It looks as though if you're down South Valley, Thomas Brown lives there, maybe in Maricopa region or Casa Grande. And if you could use some help, please chime in the chat. And I thank you. Thank you for offering. We also have, and Ron, maybe you touched on this early on at the top of the hour, but, we have people watching on television, and then we have people watching on the Fox Local app, and then we have people watching on YouTube.
Correct.
So we have several different communities. So if any of you anywhere know anyone here in the Maricopa, Arizona region, which is just about 45 minutes or so south of Phoenix proper, the downtown Phoenix area, reach out to Thomas. Thank you, Thomas.
And you know what else? This would be something, Dave, that we could chat about for tomorrow's show and for future shows, is we do focus so much on the metro area. We know St. Mary's Food Bank is incredible, but there are others in the metro area that we should talk about. And then we should talk about Casa Grande and Prescott and Show Low
and
Payson
Flagstaff
and Flagstaff and Lake Havasu. There are going to be organizations that can help.
Window Rock,
Let's do what we can on our end of things to get the word out.
To spread the word.
Yeah.
Spread the good word.
Good, yeah. And like Celeste just said, in the chat, in fact, wherever you're watching, if there's a community resource that you want to pass on to us, that we can pass on to the rest of our streaming audience, that'd be great.
And maybe even a good opportunity to, of course, we have a like and subscribe button. You can like and subscribe, of course, but then to share the actual feed and the video right now, if you want to do that to the rest of the people, maybe, or text it out or email or Facebook or Instagram, whatever. Yeah. So people can chime in and let us know if they need help in the chat, what community they're in the chat. That would be huge because we can help with that as well.
There you go. I'm going to ask, Dave was not here Friday, Celeste, and somehow we still pulled off the whole darn show.
Barely.
Barely. Every time somebody says barely, it reminds me of my beloved great aunt back in Virginia.
Aww.
They built a brand new grocery store in her community for the first time in 40 years.
What was it called?
I don't remember that, but the manager of the store at the end asked her, this is so great, he said to her, Nancy, he said, were you able to find everything today, ma'am? And she said, barely. in a new grocery store.
It's hard,
right?
Even if you go to, you used to go into one grocery store in one part of town, you go to a different location in another part of town.
Yep.
It's hard because everybody puts things in different spots.
So I want to ask Dave. Dave, are we still going with the no break right here at 10:13, or are we going to do a break?
That's currently the plan.
Currently, just keep rolling?
Keep rolling.
Keep rolling. What did you say, Dave?
I said keep enjoying it. Have a good time. Talk with the audience. We can talk about the poll question. No holds bar. We're excited.
Good.
Wow.
That is great. This is a rare opportunity, Celeste.
It really is. We have an extra 2 minutes, which is golden.
What is on your mind? But anyway, we do have several other stories we are going to be talking about this morning. And in fact, I think what we'll do, let's see, I had heard that it was pretty rough at the airport in Houston.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Are these are people who are delayed, huh?
I think those are people, that looks like a convention of 1,000 people, but I think they're just waiting to get through the TSA line.
I think it's the most unhealthy convention. They're so angry and stressed.
Yeah, I know.
I think they needed some snacks or something to help keep them occupied.
I think that's the longest walk at any airport I ever had was at the Houston airport. I changed planes there once, and I'm like, I got to check my step counter because I think I was up there at 15,000 steps.
Were you really?
Like that.
Wow. Is that what's the most steps you've ever clocked in at
that's
there?
a good question. Ever 20?
Ever.
I think it was 22,000 steps a day. We went to Disneyland.
Oh,
we
wow.
Took the grandkids. How about you? What's your max in one day?
Probably 18,000. We had flown to Tuscaloosa to watch that University of Alabama game.
Oh, yeah.
And so we had to make some connections through Charlotte, and it was crazy. And then you walk the campus at University of Alabama, and it's big.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just went to Michigan. Washington played Michigan just the other day, and I think that was like 17,000 steps. But so beyond just an airport or a football game, what is your single biggest day? Are you saying it was that day that you had that flight?
Probably.
Yeah.
That was my single biggest day because, you're walking through the airport at Sky Harbor.
Yeah.
You're walking through the airport at Charlotte, which is a huge hub for American, right? Kind of connects you through everywhere else. And then through Tuscaloosa, obviously to Tuscaloosa, the drive, and then you're walking the campus. I think that was probably the highest.
Yeah.
Ron, I want to throw this out to a lot of people who are out there. And thank you, Patrick Myers, Muffins, good morning to you. Sherry, Nevada Pup, all of you are chiming in a little philosophy. Darla Nicole Clapperton, good morning to you. Nice to see all of you on here. We hope you had a great Halloween weekend and you guys saw some kiddos out there as well, maybe ringing the door. We had some ding dong. We had some people ringing the ditchers, like ring dong ditchers.
We had some ding dongs.
Ding dong ditchers.
What's happening?
We had some people ringing the doorbell and then ran.
Oh.
It was so weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Doorbell ditchers?
Thank you, thank you, Ron.
Yes.
Doorbell ditchers.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's a question for all of you in the chat, though. Throw this in there along with if you need SNAP benefits, if you know of anybody who does, or if you know any organization who's helping that we haven't talked about, please throw that in the chat this morning. But here's another question for you. I was traveling with one of our daughters this weekend, woke up in a hotel on Sunday morning to Christmas music in the lobby, and I was like, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Like already. And then we come into work today and we're talking about this. This has been a big talker on social media and, just amongst like the newsroom and stuff is whether or not now is too early to put up Christmas decorations. My daughter has a friend. They don't decorate for Halloween, but they started putting their Christmas stuff up over the weekend. Not their tree yet, but all the knickknacks and stuff. So what are your thoughts on that? Is this too early for obviously maybe music? I don't know. I was just totally blown away.
Yeah.
Usually you'll get into it like mid-November, I feel like.
Sure.
But to have it beginning of November, obviously I think it's the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas is shorter this year than normal.
Yes.
I think it's like 3 weeks or something, 3.5 weeks versus, sometimes we get longer spans within those two holidays. But
hey, Celeste, can you back up? I know you have a laptop.
Yes.
One of the comments that has just gone by was talking a little bit about, hey, isn't there a way that we could access some of the food that's about to go at an expiration date? Now, who was that? It was just up above.
Let me look and see.
Let's see. Just up above Muffins and Michael Lewis there.
Okay. Yeah. I'm moving up.
I think that was a really, really good comment.
It's interesting. I know that, and it would be interesting to call Costco as well. Halakitha, good morning. Because Costco, I think they donate a lot of their food, like their baked goods and things like that, if they're going to go bad soon.
Okay, yes.
I know like the dollar store, we've made meals here on the air before with like $5,
right.
From the dollar store, because dollar stores will have food and maybe they're going to expire in a couple of days or something. But that is a great idea to start hitting. Listen, Darla Nicole, that's a great idea to start hitting all the department stores for all their soon-to-be dated food. Maybe the food like Costco, warehouse stores, things like that potentially. Hold on, let's see. Linda Monterth, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us, Linda. It's good to see you on here. Nunya says, I'm in Flagstaff, have no idea how I'm feeding my family and paying bills. I'm disabled and have a 2-year-old grandson that I now raise. Thank you for taking the time to share your story and for raising your grandson.
Yeah.
That is... God bless you.
Yes,
God bless
absolutely. Okay, so there was a story. I really honed in on this over the weekend, and at some point here we'll be able to go back and find that comment. I'm going to
keep looking, Ron.
It was about 4 minutes ago, but let me just share with you this. So there is an estimate that hundreds of billions of dollars worth of food in our country is wasted every year, according to ReFed, which is a nonprofit focused on coming up with better solutions for food that goes to waste. So it is, I had not heard about it until I was reading this story, and they say in their 2025 report that $380 billion, Celeste, of surplus food, the most recent year they had, which was 2023. That was according to CNBC. And so the 40% of all food is headed to the bin, says Chris McCauley of Too Good to Go North American Operations. Continuing, saying, visualize what that means. It would be like standing in front of the refrigerator every day and throwing out half of what's in your fridge. We've got a real problem in this country where we actually have a lot of food that ends up going to waste.
Yeah, absolutely. It was Patrick Myers. He says, I think an additional resource could be local grocery stores that have food items that are approaching their shelf life to be donated out to the centers that are assisting SNAP families. It'd be interesting, too, Ron, this week, if maybe even, tomorrow we can get an answer. Maybe we can call a couple of the grocery stores and see, what do you do with your food that's about to expire?
Yes, right. And another great interview. This is fantastic. We're brainstorming for tomorrow's show or Wednesday's show. Right, Dave? I mean, we can always use content.
We love it, guys.
Big D. Would be to talk with the people at Waste Not.
Yeah.
This organization's been doing great work here in the Valley for decades, and that's what they go through. All the restaurants, at least the restaurants, are the ones that participate and pick up food at the end of the night that did not go out to customers that day, but still has some time left on the clock. They're a great organization.
So
really great.
You make such a great point, Ron, and that reminded me of another program for all of you. I know there's some of you who are actually looking for gas money and things like that, but maybe if one of you can make the trip out to do this, there's an organization called Borderlands Produce Rescue. I've actually used them. They have a lot of different spots here in the Valley. Okay. And what happens is they're based out of Nogales, and you go to their website, Borderlands Produce Rescue, and they will tell you every Saturday morning where they have in-person drive-through style. They have 70 pounds of produce for $15. And so it's $15. Maybe you partner up with a couple people and each of you spend $5, and then you split that 70 pounds of produce 3 ways. Here's the thing. The weekly varieties change depending on what's in season. So whatever is in season right now, that's what you're going to pick up. Like November 8th, we have down in Laveen on Baseline, there's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Laveen, and they're going to do one there. And so if you Google it, go to their calendar, you have a list of the locations there. And it tells you on there as well what some of the varieties are depending on, and it's all rescued produce. It's produce that would go bad if no one purchased it. And it's
great.
$15.
Okay, so much more to come on that as the week goes on. But we have to salute, and we're so happy, Celeste, whenever we get to do this, one of our great loyal Fox 10 Talks family members. Hold on now.
Governor Hobbs is one of them.
No, I'm looking for graphics 2 here.
We got to get her a T-shirt so she can wear it.
Maybe it's graphics 3. I want to see Charles David in his T-shirt. That's what I would like to see. Do you guys see that as a graphics 2? Brian?
Oh, okay.
It'll be up there in a second.
By the way, we have Ron, Shelley Vidal.
Yes.
She says, is canned tuna okay to eat after 10 months expiration date? That is a great question.
Yeah.
Big D. That's another idea. We should.
Dave, yes or no? We need a yes or a no.
I'm Googling it.
I mean, you have to look at the expiration date on the can. I know that much.
Ask AI.
Oh, here we go, everybody.
Should we do Ask AI real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it's okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay, number 2, yeah?
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Do you want me to ask AI?
No, I want you to congratulate Charles David on looking so sharp. You know, we've been handing out our Fox 10 Talks T-shirts. I think, Dave, we've given out the whole stash, at least for the time being. Is that correct?
Yes.
Huh? That's right?
Yes.
But they're sharp-looking shirts.
That's
and
right.
so Charles David, here was the one thing we asked. We said, hey, if you whoever gets one of these shirts, email us your pick. How sharp does that shirt look? And, of course, Celeste, it's almost invaluable because it has your autograph, mine, Ty, Des, Anita. It's amazing. Thank you, Charles David.
So amazing. Look at that hat. Look at his hat, though.
I know.
I'm like, he's very
Kind of Irish looking.
and
in a
very
way, sort of.
gentleman looking.
Oh, absolutely. All right, Charles. We love you, buddy, because he joins
Thank
us
you,
every
Charles.
day. I'm going to ask Dave one more question. Dave, do you remember?
Big D.
It was Charles who said how much he enjoyed our show every day and what a great way to connect with the community.
Yeah, that's right. And gosh, we love hearing from all of you. So if you have messages you want to pass along, always email us anytime at fox10talks@fox.com. And obviously, keeping in mind, we're going to have Governor Hobbs on tomorrow. So if you have questions that you want us to ask her, email us at fox10talks@fox.com.
So did you also see the email that we received about the camera angles?
Oh, yeah.
Big D.
Yeah. Apparently somebody out there wants this wide shot. Wait, hold on. This wide shot. Is that satisfactory?
No, they want this wide shot right here.
Well, Celeste has a shoe collection. Versus, I've already shown my Skechers.
I love
off.
just so you all know, Ron and I do actually read your
Yes,
comments.
we
Like your
do.
emails that come in.
Correct.
When you guys send pictures, like Charles David, thank you for sending that photo. We read your emails. We see your emails. And so the email was about the shot, the wide shot, wanting the wide shot because he wants to see the shoes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's great. I frequently forget to look at your shoes, Celeste.
I'm
Go
always
ahead.
looking at yours, Ron.
Well, let's
see
them one more time. Come
There's
on, there you
one
go.
right there.
Okay.
Ron, show us your shoes.
Okay. Skechers. Come on.
I love a good pair of Skechers.
When I was out Halloweening, we're going to talk about this later, with the grandkids.
Yeah.
I saw a guy with a pair of purple Skechers.
Wow. Oh,
there
look
you
at it.
go,
Hello.
ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
I like that shoe cam.
So forever, whoever is out there asking for more shots of Celeste shoes, there you go.
Soak it in,
Now,
baby.
Celeste, is this a newer entrant in your closet, or have you just not worn it in a while?
I haven't worn these in a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Could
but
you bring in the sparkly ones tomorrow?
These aren't sparkly enough for you, Ron?
I think Dave liked that request very much.
Big D!
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you know what? Let's do the mystery cam. Yeah, let's do the mystery cam now because guess what?
Does it have shoes?
It's well, let's go look. Mystery cam right now. Well, I don't know, but it's a beautiful day in that part of the USA. That almost looks like a college dorm.
I was just thinking that.
Okay.
If you're in that college dorm, come out to the window, wave at us.
Right.
And thank you for watching.
And how did you like 28 straight minutes with commercial free? I don't think that's happening again. We got to pay the bills. But give us your guesses. It's Mystery Cam time. We love hanging out with you. And for all of our new viewers, you're watching Fox 10 Talks. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, that was brilliant.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Ron and Celeste hanging out with you, starting our 2-hour extravaganza on Channel 45 and on YouTube and on the Fox Local app.
All right, Ron, we've got some very, very good guesses in the chat box.
Good.
For the mystery cam.
Nice.
So we have this morning, by the way, a Tennessee from Patrick Myers.
Okay.
A Kentucky from Linda Monterth.
Okay.
And let's see, we've got, Muffin says, not Arizona. Right now. So let's see. I don't know. Those are a couple of the guesses coming in. Colorado from Darla Nicole Clapperton.
I like Tyler with Georgia, I think.
I'm going to go North Carolina.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Are we ready? Are we ready for this?
Sure. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here she is on the Celeste cam. Ready?
Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Oh, we had some. Who guessed Kentucky?
Somebody guessed
Linda.
Kentucky. Yeah.
Why do I ever go? What? I just need to pick your pick every day, Linda.
Well
out there
done.
in beautiful Thatcher, Arizona. Okay, one last look at Kentucky.
That is a really beautiful community, Thatcher.
You know, the thing about Bowling Green, Kentucky, Celeste, I try to have a little tidbit for you on almost every community in America.
Bring it.
I can't say the whole world, but I can for America.
Okay.
They have the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, and if you remember, what did you have a thought?
Well, I was just I was excited because you don't normally hear about Corvettes in Bowling Green, Kentucky, but there must be a history.
I believe they actually have a plant there, and I think that's why it all began. But then they had the sinkhole. Do you remember this story? I bet it was 15 years. It could have been 10 to 15 years ago. A sinkhole opened up, and some of the Corvettes right down into the sinkhole.
My goodness, were they new?
No, I think these are mostly the classics.
Oh, darn.
I know, but I think somebody crawled in there and pulled them out.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Or maybe not just someone, but maybe like a big...
Yeah, one of the bigger guys.
Yeah,
machinery.
Machinery.
I thought it would have been whoever the tough guy was. You know.
Hey, Al,
no
can
worries,
you head
boss.
back in there, Al?
I'll get it for you. Anyway, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
So, Ron, speaking of tough guys,
yes.
I have to share this story. We were chatting about flying and delays and cancellations. You've been through your fair share as of late, right?
Sure, yeah.
So we were flying out on Friday to San Diego, and we're on Southwest, and it's pick your own seat. Me and my girlfriend Lauren, we're sitting. She's got the window seat. I have the aisle. Our daughters are right across from us. And
were you in Group A, B, C, or D?
End of A.
Okay,
end
nice.
of A. Yeah.
So you had a pretty good selection.
I wait.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, when can I?
Oh,
so yeah,
that's
you know
a
what I
good way
mean.
to
Yeah.
do it. Yep.
So, anyways, this gentleman says, "Ma'am, may I sit there?" And I'm thinking, oh, okay,
Sit where?
in between Lauren and I, in the middle seat. And I was like, you can have the aisle seat. And I looked at Lauren. I'll sit next to you, girl. And so I sit next. We're chatting. Halfway through the flight, I'm like, it's kind of cold in here. Goodness. And I had a hoodie on even.
Oh, okay.
And he takes his coat off.
Celeste.
And he's like, here you go, ma'am. And he must have been 29 or something. Young guy.
Okay.
And I was like,
and
you are
he's calling
so
you
sweet.
ma'am?
I think he didn't even say ma'am. I just did it in there. I think he said, hello, gorgeous woman sitting next to me.
Because I'm like, that could be a whole nother topic of conversation. What is the age difference where you can call someone ma'am? Do
Never.
They have to be like 2 years older than you?
90, like 50 years older. And so I thought, wow, this is very nice.
Yeah.
And then after the flight, he's very nice throughout the whole flight.
Right.
And then after we're done, he grabs my suitcase without even asking.
Oh, you have to do that.
And it wasn't even just me. It was the woman in front of me. It was the people behind.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't know who his mother is, but well done.
Yeah.
And kudos to him as well.
I have yet to be turned down. Now, I know this is total chivalry, and maybe this is from 20 years ago or whatever, but if I happen to be sitting next to a lady on a flight and I get up and I'm grabbing my bag, I'll ask her. Every single time. Hey, is this your bag or is that your bag?
Yeah.
And so I try to pull it down. as well, without dropping it.
Does it work, or hitting somebody else in the head with it?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, it's the way to go. Okay, well, anyway, just one other quick thing. Let me see if I can find this remark. Celeste, this is one of my favorite things about having been on the air for more than 40 years here in the Valley.
I would have never guessed, Ron.
Oh, thank you, Celeste.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. So
watch it.
Yeah, right. Anyway, let me just, I am Cynthia Lux said, check this out. Good morning. Ron, I remember when you showed up to Laird Elementary School back in the year 2000 in Tempe, where Spider-Man came to visit. Wow, memory lane. Celeste, that was 25 years ago.
Wow.
I love hearing stories like this.
That
the other
is
day, well, not the other day, a few months back, we had a guy doing some work in our garage, and a big, tough guy, I think he was in his 30s, and he's like, I remember when I was in grade school out at Levine Elementary, and you came and read to us when we were all little kids learning how to read.
Oh, my goodness.
So we love stories like that.
Yes,
right?
we do.
Now, we do have a election coming up tomorrow. So we need to talk about it. We have the 411 on, did you mail your ballot in yet? Because if you didn't, don't do it now. It's too late. But you still have options because it's got to be in by 7 o'clock tomorrow. Which, by the way, when the governor comes in, Celeste, remind me to ask her about that, why we're so slow at counting ballots in Arizona. It seems like us in California are like, come on.
Well, California makes sense because they're one of the largest states in the country.
Yes.
I mean, let's look at Texas. How does Texas do it?
Well, and Florida, they changed something up in Florida where this year they had, or in the last election cycle, I think they had most of their results out by midnight on election night. So that would be a cool thing to do. Anyway, here's what you need to know. Drop off your ballot at a drop box or a ballot center, or go to any center before 7 p.m. tomorrow for a replacement ballot. It'll be provisional, but then you can vote that way, and we got a list at fox10phoenix.com. So that's a pretty good way to go. Now, when it comes to the election, this is odd. I don't know that I've ever followed, look at these three guys right here. One of the three of them is going to be the new mayor of New York City, and the word is that hundreds of thousands have already cast their ballots because early voting over there. Now, the latest poll that I saw had it closing fast, but Cuomo still behind by 6 points. He had been behind by about 10 points. Poll came out over the weekend, and elections, they do tighten up in those last few days.
Right.
But it is going to really be interesting to see how it goes. You got Zoran Mamdani, you've got Andrew Cuomo, and then of course you have Curtis Sliwa. I interviewed Curtis Sliwa.
Did you really?
40 years ago.
Was he an American talk show host at that time as well?
He had a group called the Guardian Angels. You know that cap that he wears? He's worn that his whole life. And they patrolled the streets in New York City trying to keep things safe.
Wow.
So anyway, it is our poll question today, and here we go. Our regulars are like, wait a sec, are you guys ever going to do a poll question? Here we go. Here's our question of the day. Race says poll says the race is getting closer. Do you care? 65% of you say yes, I do care. Mamdani is a socialist. I hope he's not elected. 33% say yes, I care, and I think he represents the future. So I hope he wins. And then 2% are saying, who cares what happens in New York? Now, if you grab that QR code, we will see if those numbers start to move around. That's the quickest, simplest, easy way for you to join the convo. But Celeste, what do you see?
Yes. So Ron, on YouTube,
I was going to pull it up on YouTube.
Oh.
Give me a moment. We love to put up there the YouTube
folks,
numbers.
if I could read off a couple of comments.
Yeah.
So people are still talking about the shoe heel cam that we pulled up.
I'm sure they are.
And Halakita says, Celeste, I'm all about comfort these days. I'm wearing my pajamas while working my remote job.
Oh, Halakita.
Because I said to her, I only wear heels on the air. I have flats or Birkenstocks or Crocs or all kinds of sandals. I have them nearby.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and let me pull up the poll question for you on YouTube.
Okay,
and
hold on.
I can just...
Where? I'm trying to put it up there. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're going to route it for you.
Big D.
It's going to take care of it. New poll says New York City mayor's race getting closer. Do you care? Yes, Mamdani is a socialist. I hope he's not elected. 49% say that.
Okay.
Yes, Mamdani represents the future. I hope he wins. 33%. And who cares what happens in New York? 18%.
Okay.
We didn't throw up anything. Oh, you mentioned that you had interviewed. There's a quick look at it.
Yeah.
So we have over 700 votes.
Okay.
Thus far, Ron.
There you are.
Quick note, Ron, I wondered, you mentioned the Guardian Angels.
Yep.
And I thought, are they still walking the streets of New York?
So what'd you find?
Yes, and absolutely. In
that's
2024,
Okay.
it says the Guardian Angels are still active in New York City, having announced a comeback in subway patrols in late 2024. So you may see those gentlemen with the red beret hats.
Wow.
To address recent violent crime. Founded in 1979 for the Red Berets, bomber jackets, and so you might see them.
I want to say it was 1983.
That you interviewed
We
him?
went back to New York, and we actually walked around some pretty tough streets in the city. We met up. We rode the subway with him and the Guardian Angels.
Wow.
Big D, one more item for you to put on your checklist. Let's find that old video from 42 years ago.
Sounds awesome.
When I was out there interviewing Curtis Sliwa as a young man.
So awesome.
And the Guardian
What if we
Angels.
called him now? You think he would remember you, obviously?
I hope so,
And then
Celeste.
we should do an interview with him and Big D.
Now, here's Dave with reaction on what we're seeing on your comments today. What are you seeing, friend?
That's right. We've got a lot of great comments, as always. Brian says any person who holds American culture and values should be alarmed by a communist socialist running for public office. New York will decline into chaos and absolute ruin if Mamdani is elected. Kyle, K3V4E, says, ask yourself this question: why am I so scared of socialism? Think about why mainstream media and the powerful spend so much time demonizing it. The rich and the well-connected really want you to believe that socialism is dangerous. Ask yourself why. Wake up, folks. You're being manipulated. Mia Kitten 98 says he is not a socialist. His ideas, of course, align with socialism, but his methods work within the system of capitalism. Democratic socialism just helps correct wealth inequality and pushes for workers' rights. To not align with that is to be a billionaire bootlicker. And finally, TED Talks says Mamdani will win. He will do a great job in New York. Amazing comments, very insightful as always on both sides. Keep them coming, everybody.
That's pretty amazing.
Really good comments.
Very
today.
thoughtful.
Yeah.
We have some very educated people who share their opinion, Ron.
Yep. And not only that, but we try to always play it down the middle.
We really do.
I mean, there's your poll question. You have both sides, or you have somewhere in the middle, or you don't care.
Yeah, and that's okay, too.
Let's go back one more time real quick and see if those numbers moved. They did move a little bit. Now 71% saying they hope he's not elected. 27% says he's the future. I hope he wins. We have another break coming up. Oh, look at that, would you? Clouds filling the valley in some part of our country. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, guess who joins us, Celeste? It always brings smiles. It's
Hi, Bella.
Hello.
I like your hair.
Thank you. It took like 2 hours to
Oh, it looks really pretty.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I so admire you guys with how much time it takes. I bet I spend 20 seconds. It's just like I have a little gel or whatever goes up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
I know, Ron.
Yeah, I know.
We do not wake up like this.
I wish it was that easy.
Now, Celeste, that's not true. I've seen you walk in here at 5:45, 6
You're very
a.m.
kind. Thank you, Ron.
I mean, you come in glamorous, you know, like
Always.
on a hot runway.
Yeah.
You are, you definitely
The red
make it
carpet,
happen.
the fan, Beyonce
ready to
fan
go.
blowing.
Bella, please answer this question. Celeste and I got into this convo earlier on the morning show on the TV side.
Yes.
How many friends do you have that you could call in the literal middle of the night, like 1:45 a.m., if there was something on your mind or something that was like, I really got to talk to somebody about this? Grand total, how many?
I have 8 good ones, including one you're about to meet in a few minutes. But also, a lot of my friends go to sleep early, so
Right.
they might be asleep. But,
But how many are in that category that
But
you would
like
call
ride
or
or
text?
like ride or die.
Yeah.
Like ride or
I'd
die.
say 8.
Okay.
Celeste says
Eight
she
good
has
ones.
2.
I have about 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Celeste, here's the surprise. We've reached out to both of your friends to see whether or not that's true, and so far they hang up on us.
Oh no! Well, one works
I'm
in New.
kidding,
One is well, they're both working moms. But
Yeah.
here's the thing: I think, like Belle's, when you're like Belle's age, you know, you have
More friends.
Yeah, you have more friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I have friends, but you
'Cause
know,
you don't have a 1,000 family obligations,
right. And
Isn't
so
that
then,
part of it?
and so my friends then become soccer moms,
Yes,
football
right,
moms,
yeah.
baseball
Right.
moms, PTA moms. They become kind of like but you always have like your handful of ride or dies.
Well,
always.
the story is this. It says that the number of close friends gradually declines over time as we get older.
Yes.
But also as a nation, we're seeing fewer and fewer people make those connections, probably because maybe we spend more time at home.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe.
The average American has 3.6 friends at any given time.
Yes.
And that's about it. I mean, just in terms of close friends.
I have noticed as I've gotten older, because
Yes.
I am 25 now.
Oh,
I've had
my
less,
God.
Your in
less
car
friends.
insurance
Right.
dropped.
Have you
Yes.
started planning for Social Security yet, Bella, or
Oh,
what?
I don't know. But I think people are starting to slowly realize it's quality versus quantity.
Absolutely.
You know, like when
Yeah.
you're in high school and maybe even college and you're worried about status,
Yeah.
you're thinking, oh, I want to have all these friends. But as you get older, you realize you don't need a lot. You just need a few solid good ones.
Well, and I think you realize too that like if I want to spend time with my husband or if I want to spend time with my kids, something's got to give.
That's a
Right.
really good
And
point, Celeste.
like I was just telling Ron before we went on the air, and you guys can chime in the chat as well. Before we went on the air this morning, Ron's like, "How was your weekend? I can't wait to hear." And I said, "Yeah, we had a great weekend," and I'm really enjoying most days like this season with my children. Like
Yeah.
I'm really starting to see like
That's so good.
some fruit of my labor when I was younger, and then other times where I'm like challenged by my teenagers. But it's
sure.
a sweet moment.
Yeah.
You know.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, Monday Night Football, are we feeling pretty strong about the Cardinals? They seem to be able to go into Texas a lot and beat the Dallas Cowboys at the Jerry Jones Stadium.
It's a
the
big
AT&T.
deal.
What do you think? Bella, are we winning tonight, Monday Night Football, the whole country
You know,
watching?
That'd be cool if we did.
Yes.
That's
Okay, that's as far as you're willing to
well,
go?
if we do.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. It would be huge.
Yes.
It
Do you-
would.
It was several years ago. We had the Arizona Cardinals were a part of that. What was it? On the HBO, like they did the show on
Hard
them.
Knocks.
Hard Knocks,
Yeah.
which is an amazing show.
Yes.
They were the focus of that, and then they were on the cover of like Sports Illustrated or something like that
Yep.
year with Larry Fitz on the front, and they had a horrible year, and they were
Right.
expected to really amazing.
I think we all thought after the Super Bowl year that we would just kind of continue and build build upon it year after year instead. But I do believe we have the right coach.
I think you're absolutely right. And I'm with both of you. I'm rooting for the Cardinals. Don't tell my husband who's rooting for the Seahawks.
Yes, right. But since the Seahawks aren't playing, he can go ahead tonight.
He can. He won't still, though, but yeah.
Anyway, this shows you what a great chance the Cardinals have. Normally, if you're playing on somebody else's home field, you would think they would have a 3 to 5 point advantage. Cowboys are only favored by a point.
Wow.
1.5 points. So I think a lot of the betting world out there thinks the Cardinals are the way to go. The Phoenix Suns just beat the team that a lot of people think are the best team in the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs.
True.
So it's young. The season is still just a few weeks old, but nobody was able to beat the Spurs until last night. And we took care of business. I'm really excited about this new team, you guys.
I know, it's exciting. It goes to show you that, unfortunately, we lost Kevin Durant, right?
Yes.
But it goes to show you that even when things like that happen, that great things can still happen.
Yes.
You can still work as a team. That, if you have a good bench and you have good depth on your team, then people can jump in and you can still make it work.
Yes, right.
Sometimes you have too many chefs in the kitchen.
Well, yes.
If you come to my house and you're like, I need to do this and that, I'm like, Mom.
Sometimes it's too
I love you, Mom. Okay, you take over. I'm going to go sit on the couch.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so do you guys have any stories you want to share from Halloween? Good, bad, or otherwise?
Go for it, Bells.
Just in terms of, something you want to bring to the table, share with everybody? Was it uneventful and you were able to get to sleep by 10 o'clock?
My Halloween was very fun. I did get to hang out with one of my best friends who is on the Dave Cam right now, who we've been needing to introduce. Our newest reporter, Megan Spector.
Hi, Megan.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Good morning. Welcome to the team.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You guys worked together. Tell us all about it.
We did. Isabella and I had the pleasure of working together in Tucson for about 2 years. We got to co-anchor the weekend show together, which was so much fun, and I'm so happy to be up here in Phoenix meeting all of you guys and being back with Isabella too.
Oh, that's so great.
Okay, there's something about a chemistry, right? Like when you work with somebody for a while, you just build it. And would you guys go out for coffee or lunch or things like that?
Yes, we did. After our super early morning show, we'd get out at 7 a.m. We would go to the only coffee shop that was open at the time, because other ones didn't open until 8 or so. Yeah, so we started as co-anchor best friends, and now we're best friends, and I'm so happy she's here. She's truly, my personal opinions aside, one of the most talented reporters.
Good. That's so awesome.
Let's just find out a little bit more about you now. Bella, of course, comes from the Northwest. Where's home for you originally, Megan?
So I was born in LA, but I grew up in San Diego, and then I actually went to school in New Orleans at Tulane. Spent 4 years there.
Okay.
That's where I got my first dive into the industry, interning out there. And then I went to Tucson, fell in love with Arizona, and I'm very excited to continue my career with Phoenix.
How amazed are you by this great show that we do every day called Fox 10 Talks? Just general, on a 1 to 10.
It is an honor to be here right now.
We already like you more.
Yay!
Oh, that's so great. Okay, so we are talking Halloween, and here is why. Let me see. I have this. Let me make sure I get the right video going here. There's this neighborhood, you guys. I live out in Far East Mesa, almost to Queen Creek.
Yes.
And Renee says, no, we're not going to go trick-or-treating with the grandkids around here. We're going to go to a different neighborhood that's like a mile or two away called Cadence. And I was blown away by what some of the homeowners had done. Now, I shot this on my phone. I'm ready to share it with you guys.
Okay.
But check this out. Ready? Can you see that? It's a little bit dark, but the guy called it Jurassic Park. Look, they have smoke coming off the lawn.
Wow.
They have the pumpkin heads on stakes. They're playing the movie Jurassic Park. And at the same time, they have this fake rubber dinosaur that jumps out of the bushes, scaring all the little kids.
Wow.
And the entrance to the home says Jurassic Park. And they gave out great candy, too. I'm like, you guys must have spent a month getting
What kind
ready
of
for that.
candy are we talking about, Ronald?
All of your favorite chocolate items, Celeste.
King size or fun size?
No, I think
or
the budget was pretty much blown.
Minis.
I believe the budget was pretty much blown just on that one.
Now,
just on the
I
decorations.
think. So we have a comment in the chat. John Schock, we're glad that you finally joined us. He says the time change, daylight savings time was yesterday.
Oh, John.
He says the time change messed me up. I missed most of the show with you guys. You know, John, you can actually scroll back all the way to the beginning of the show,
good point,
and you
Celeste.
can start watching from there.
Right.
But we love that, and I know daylight savings time. It's kind of a bummer. We need to get rid of it.
We sure do.
It's so confusing.
It is so confusing. I will call my parents, who are in Washington,
Nope.
and I'll say, "Oh, how's my brother doing?" And my mom's like, "He's still in school." And I'm like, "What do you mean? It's 3." And she goes,
Yeah.
"No, it's only 2." And I'm like,
Right.
"Oh boy,
Yeah.
I can't keep
Jeez.
up."
Well,
Cannot.
around here, once Halloween wraps up, you know what comes next, everybody, and we do it as well as anybody in the USA. Dia de los Muertos.
Love showcasing my art, and I love having a space where I can put my dad and my father-in-law's photo on the altar here, and I enjoy the community here.
And so they had a big celebration there at St. Mary's over at about 3rd Street and Washington downtown. Altars were set up. People could remember their dearly departed, which is such a cool part of this particular holiday.
Yeah, and it was a great weekend for it. It was so beautiful here.
Yes.
Look at the little
turnout.
trunk. Yeah, like kind of like a trunk or treat type thing with the trunks open. Really wonderful.
Yeah,
what a great weekend it was, too, I think, for Halloween. A little warm in the afternoon, but
Yeah.
for the most part, we're kind of onwards now as we take a look at Thanksgiving and Christmas. But for Halloween and Dia de los Muertos, it was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a big turnout out there. That's so great. And the weather was so perfect this
Oh, my
weekend.
goodness. And the morning temperatures are beautiful. They're like in the 60s.
Yes.
Right when you wake up, warming to like the 70s by mid-morning. But they have been so nice. Well, I think by the end of the 10-day, Crystal pulled up, I think it's going to be about 82 degrees
In 10
10
days from now,
Yeah. And so we're going to kind of teeter off right now and end up in the 80s by the end of the week and then 82 by
Right.
10 days out.
Well, and the lows, when we go on the air early in the morning, the lows have
Yeah.
been in the 50s.
Oh, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
it's for
It's chill.
sure. Oh,
out
even
there.
those
It is.
overnight lows, it's
Okay, so we're celebrating because Ty's back.
Yes, he is from his vacay.
Yeah, so he's
So.
coming up with Anita. They got a
Uh-huh.
great program coming up. I'll be back with Des a little bit later. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Have a great day.
bye.
earlier this morning, people were lined up at 6:30. So this is not an uncommon sight at a lot of these food banks. Obviously, with the government shutdown entering now the second month.
34 days. This is the second longest.
We'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll tie for the longest.
President Trump's first term was 35 days.
So obviously there is a big need. We've got a lot of federal workers that are not getting paid, missing paychecks. And so just a few minutes ago, the Trump administration did plan a partial funding of some of those SNAP benefits. 42 million Americans right now did not receive their benefits on the first of the month, but the administration's new plan aims to make sure that some amount of money hits recipients' pocketbooks. So there's still kind of a lot of question marks.
Sure.
How much money will these recipients be getting? When will they be funding those SNAP benefits for some of these individuals? We mentioned 42 million Americans here in Arizona. I think the number is close to 1 million.
It's 855 plus thousand is what I looked up this morning, and that was as of like April or September of 2025. So all of this is happening because a judge ordered the Trump administration use contingency funds to pay at least some of the SNAP benefits. So as of, I believe it was Friday or early this week, the Trump administration says, okay, we're open to that, but we had a couple of legal questions. And so that's what we're doing now. The question, though, is when will that money be put into and fund? How much of that money will fund?
And for how long?
And for how long?
Yeah.
Because not only do we have people who aren't working, Chris, with the United Food Bank, we have people we're getting ready for the big holiday rush where you see an influx in people coming in and saying, we need a little bit of help, please.
Yeah, it's kind of a double whammy right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, as you mentioned, 855,000 plus. That's the number we've been saying too. With United Food Bank, we serve about 317,000 of those.
Wow.
That would be within our service area.
What's your service area?
So our service area is Eastern Arizona. So it's Eastern Maricopa County all the way over to the New Mexico border. We go as far north as pretty much the I-40 and down south right to the Pima-Pinal County line.
Wow.
So about 317,000 within our service area. We only served in the month of September 135,000 people. So if you think about it, that's roughly threefold that we would have to close the gap on just to serve those SNAP recipients who aren't getting their SNAP.
What was the weekend like? Because the SNAP benefit, and maybe people still had money on their card, but November 1st is when, and if I'm not mistaken, it goes by last name, right? So when that, as far as renewing, but November 1st, Saturday, there was no money put in.
Right, yeah. And on October 31st, we had our neighbor's pantry, and we distributed about 20% more food than we had in the month previous. So during the shutdown, we had 20% more people coming to receive those foods because they knew they weren't going to get their SNAP benefits that were going to start. So yeah, they're worried, and if funds are going to start filtering through, it's going to take some time. So people are still worried about what's going to happen.
Yeah, because like you said, just because you put money into a bank account doesn't mean that
funds are available right away.
Fund is available right now. I can't necessarily pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
When you guys kind of started watching the news and seeing that the government shutdown was happening, and then, obviously there was a lot of federal workers that weren't, especially our air traffic controllers, TSA, those individuals not getting paid. But then as soon as we knew that those SNAP benefits were going to come to an end this Saturday, what goes into your minds? Obviously, you kind of feel responsible for maintaining and helping feed these individuals. What was kind of going through behind the scenes? Walk us through.
For sure. So behind the scenes, we're relying on our, our government officials and things like that to open this government back up because we can't close that gap for SNAP, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to cause panic. We have food. We have plenty of it, and we can serve people if they're coming to our lines. But the amount of food that SNAP covered, typically people would take that food and use it for about the first 15 days of the month. Now they're not getting that. And so now food banks have to close that gap of the first 15 days. And so behind the scenes, we've been trying to talk to our officials and our advocates to try to say, hey, how can we try to help get these people some food and make sure that the government can try to get some kind of funding that way.
We have a comment in the chat saying, I can't afford to sit in a line like that, which is an interesting comment. I was out there during the COVID times where you would see lines and people out there who didn't necessarily, or in the past, or would usually need a little bit of assistance. In a situation like this, we saw the lines at St. Mary's, for example, this morning. I'm sure yours just as long. Are there other ways that you guys can get food to people in need?
So there are some ways. We have our agency partners. We have about 130 of them that are within that service area I mentioned earlier, and a lot of them can kind of help address that need too. So we do have distributions that are occurring within our sites. We have some that are coming up this week, Thursday, Friday. We're going to be going up to Show Low. Friday, we're going to be down in Florence just to kind of do some mobile distributions. But if anyone can't, make it to those or even get into a line and wait, look on our Find Food map. If you go to unitedfoodbank.org, there's a Find Food, and you'll find one of our agency partners that can hopefully help service you within the service times that you're needing. It ranges Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 6 p.m., even 8 p.m. Some of them are open.
And I want to circle back to something you said because I think it's important that you do have food. No one's going to be running out. I mean, I think it's important. Obviously, you guys are kind of under stress, quote unquote, right now, but you guys are still being able to support the need.
Yeah, we as we mentioned, we don't put all of our eggs into one basket. So we know that there's some federal cuts. Some federal foods aren't going to be coming to some of the food banks, but we've been around since the 80s, right? We've been around for 40 years.
You know what you're doing.
We've seen this.
This is not your first rodeo.
Right, yeah.
COVID,
We've seen these kinds of things before, and so we don't put all our eggs in one basket. We have retailer partners that are able to help us get grocery rescue product, and then we can then get it to the families that need it.
How can folks at home maybe help you guys out too?
So I think the best way to do is go to unitedfoodbank.org and donate. We can always
monetary donations.
Donations
it goes further, right?
Yeah. So we can take $1 and provide 5 meals with that.
Wow.
Versus if you were to take that, let's say you wanted to donate $100 and went to the grocery store and donate food, that is very appreciated. But we can stretch that $100 further and get more meals out of that.
Gotcha.
Chris, thank you. Roll that video from St. Mary's for me one more time if you can this morning. And St. Mary's Food Bank in 2023-2024 distributed over 104 million meals, which is an equivalent of 47 million pounds of fresh produce. In 2022-23, they distributed over 123 million pounds of food, which is just such an unbelievable amount. We've both been out there too, St. Mary's Food Bank, inside the warehouse, but also during that turkey drive and during that time of year. So just like with Chris, you guys we're all approaching that time of the year where you need more, the people need more, and now we're kind of, like Ty said, a double whammy.
Yeah, absolutely. And the closer this gets to Thanksgiving, the more interesting this is going to get for us because we have so many people that are coming to the food bank right now. We were at record numbers before the snap, before the government shutdown, and now we've increased that by another 10 to 15%. And what's looming 3 weeks away is Thanksgiving, where over 100,000 people get Thanksgiving meals through the St. Mary's Food Bank's turkey distribution. We're hoping that something gets resolved before these two worlds collide.
Yeah. Ashley, you are with Fascist.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in. And we just heard from Jerry Brown. We got so excited talking to you guys, we just didn't even introduce you. So I apologize,
sorry,
Jerry Brown.
with the transition.
We've talked with
I'm the food bank blabbermouth.
Listen, and
very important.
We forgot
Yeah.
to email Ashley to tell you not to wear green.
Oh my
So you're a little
cute.
CEO.
It just nobody said it was.
She's like
you
a
can
ghost.
see it a little bit. This is a lesson to all those at home, and I should have known. Don't wear green when you come to a television studio.
It's all right.
You guys are doing something really big.
We are. So from last Friday through the end of the day today, we are donating 20% of our profits across all of our stores. So all 112 locations, Bash's, Food City, AJ's, Bash's Dene Markets. So 20% of all profits are going to go back to our Feeding America Food Bank partners, and that includes St. Mary's Food Bank.
Do you have an idea of how much money this could be, or does it just depend on those folks going out and supporting you guys today?
It's going to depend on those folks coming out and supporting, and we've also added an additional pin pad donation option. So when you're at the registers, you could tell your cashier that you'd like to support emergency hunger relief, and we've got a special button that we can push, an open amount donation. So there's really those two pieces at play, and the key component is making sure that those dollars are going directly to our Feeding America Food Bank partners so that they're getting the support that they need, because like Jerry was saying, the closer things get to the holidays, the more complicated this is going to become. And so we're really all about making sure that the community has access, food access.
You said 3 weeks until the turkey.
Hard to believe.
It is
hard to
and
believe.
3 weeks. I mean, that's going to be here in a blink of an eye. And so I know we talked about it with Chris, and Ty asked the question, donating money, whether through Bash's or directly to St. Mary's, is going to go a lot further.
Absolutely, and Bash's does this for us in the month of December, in all other years, and coming up. And the what that extrapolates to us is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of meals. So for them to open this up and do this extra part for us while we're really dealing with this trouble, we really want to thank everybody at Bash's for doing that.
Ashley, was this just kind of just because you guys knew that there was going to be some issues coming down the pipeline with everything happening with the government shutdown and those SNAP benefits ending Saturday? Was this something that you guys just kind of threw together to help out?
Yeah, I think one of the cool things about Bash's family of stores is we're local, so we can adjust quickly and we can be nimble and move. And so it really came from conversations from our food bank partners saying we anticipate this massive increase in need, and so how can we step in? Like that's what we do. We feed people, and that's really important to us. So we were able to get our leadership team together mid last week and kind of pull some wheels, make some stuff happen, and then communicate that out to all of our stores.
Jerry, maybe you can help some of our friends here in the chat. They're asking if Pinal County has any food pantries, if you're aware of. Verde Valley, any food banks there? She has a sister and niece out there.
Pinal County, both United Food Bank and the Southern Arizona Food Bank. There are 4 food banks in Arizona that are all recipients of this, and that is United Food Bank, St. Mary's Food Bank,
Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona,
and the Yuma Food Bank.
Yeah, great. So, that covers the entire state.
There's not a place that's not being covered by those, and within those areas there are smaller agency partners that are either agency partners of the food bank in Tucson or the United Food Bank in the East Valley that they serve those.
Yeah, I imagine it's one step at a time, right? You have to get through today, through this week, but you already have to start planning for Thanksgiving. Right. So what do you need?
That was going to be my next question. Are you kind of worried that things are happening now, weeks before Thanksgiving? Do you think you're going to be able to sustain the momentum?
Is what people are donating now what they were going to donate for Thanksgiving, and they're donating ahead of time.
Right.
But we need to feed these people now.
Yeah.
We need to take care of the lines that you're seeing on your screen right now.
Yeah.
And our goal is to donate 24,000 turkeys in the 2 weeks leading up to Thanksgiving. Now you extrapolate that over 5 people at a table, that's 125,000 people.
We got to take a break in 10 seconds. Maybe we can just hold on 2 seconds so we can wrap everything up. Is that all right? All right, 2-minute break. We'll be right back.
People are also asking about pet food banks.
All right, welcome back. We're having a great conversation with our friends here. Of course, Jerry Brown from St. Mary's Food
Bank.
St. Mary's
It's okay.
Food
It's your
Bank.
Monday after
it's my
vacation.
Monday after a week vacation. My lips and my brain are not like
connecting. It happens.
And Ashley, our new friend from Bash's.
Thank you.
Again, why don't you kind of run us through all of the Bashas family of stores doing something today. Run us through that one more time.
So Bashas family of stores, every Bashas, every AJ's Fine Foods, every Food City, and every Bashas Dene Market across the state of Arizona are donating 20% of profits. We started last Friday all the way through today with the potential to continue. And also while you're shopping, we have an additional donation option. So you can just let your cashier know that if you'd like to help support, and 100% of those dollars are going to be passed directly through to the 4 Feeding America food banks in Arizona.
Awesome.
Jerry, we have people asking about pet food.
Mm-hmm.
Ty was asking, is there one place to go to find out where anyone can go? You have a website.
Yeah, several different places do distribute pet food. Usually, it's the some of the places where you go to adopt a pet.
Okay.
Same places they do some pet food. But St. Mary's does have the last month of the last week of each month. We do get some food, some cat food and dog food from PetSmart. I can't tell you beyond cats and dogs. That's where we are.
Yeah.
But and you can pick that up. But with everything else that's going on this month, that's just an additional. We see an uptick at the end of the month from people who want pet food.
I know we have great working relationships with both of you guys, and I have a feeling we'll be in close contact over the next several days, if not weeks, unfortunately, talking about what's happening.
Well, I think Arizona, across the board, I think we show up for each other in a really special way. So we see that our guests are extremely generous, and it really is just making sure that families have the food that they need.
Yes.
Everything else really is just, just numbers. Yeah.
Well, you guys keep us posted.
Yeah, please
we'll touch
do.
base.
For
and
sure.
see how
Thank you
things
for
are
having
going.
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, so we're talking about turkeys.
This is kind of an interesting transition. Roll that beautiful turkey footage, shall we?
Well, that's our new friend. This is Astrid. Astrid, good morning. Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Hey, look at that beautiful yellow sweater.
All right, so Astrid, give us your official title, will you?
Well, I'm one of the 50 experts at the Butterball Turkey Talk-Line.
Okay, I want to know how many turkeys you've cooked and basted and roasted over your lifetime to become an expert at Butterball.
I don't know exactly how many, but we all go through a lot of training, including Butterball University, where we discuss how to properly prepare a turkey the Butterball way. And also we get trained into the different questions that we might get when the consumer is at home trying to prepare the turkey. So I usually don't cook that much over Thanksgiving, but the rest of the year I'm always cooking turkey at least 2-3 times a year.
I love that. Astrid, let's go over it. What are some of the biggest mistakes that people make?
Good question.
When baking, you call it?
I think it's called roasting a turkey.
Roasting, baking,
I don't
whatever.
think we do
roasting a
Astrid,
turkey.
This is why I don't.
I mean, the oven's on bake, technically.
Yeah,
so
that's why I said bake. Roast?
Technically.
Yeah, roasting. All right.
I will say
we roasted.
All right, so what are some of the biggest issues? What are the things that people do wrong?
Actually, it's not necessarily they do it wrong. It's that most people kind of forget that the turkey is a large protein, so it needs time to defrost. So our number one question is always, how long does it take to defrost? And they're calling us Thanksgiving week going, my turkey is frozen solid. What do I do now? Well, remember, if you buy a 20-pound turkey, it's going to take you 1 full day for every 4 pounds in the refrigerator for it to defrost.
1
full day for every
1 full day for every 4 pounds.
For every 4 pounds.
Remember,
so if we have a 20-pound turkey, Ty, do the math.
Thanksgiving Day.
Okay, is frozen better than fresh?
No.
Oh.
It's a personal preference. Some people prefer the frozen, some people prefer the fresh. They're both juicy and delicious, so I like both. But then remember, let's say you call me Thanksgiving week and you still have your frozen turkey. There's a cold water method, 30 minutes for every pound in cold water, and you rotate that cold water. And that way you're drawing out that coldness out of that turkey, and then you can put the turkey back in the refrigerator until Thanksgiving Day when you're getting ready to use it.
Huh. Why not hot water?
No, you'd be cooking it.
No. Yes.
No hot water.
You'll be cooking it, and not only that, you'll be maintaining it in the danger zone.
Yeah, we want to keep it
cold.
cold.
In the danger zone. That's you want a cold water method, on a cold method.
I don't want to give my guests salmonella. Can you imagine?
What about brining the turkey? Everyone is always talking about brining the turkey. Are you brining it while you're defrosting, or is that a whole separate process?
Usually you want to start brining a defrosted turkey. You don't want a frozen turkey. It's not gonna get that brine into the turkey if it's frozen. But remember, the Butterball's already deep basted, so there's already some brining solution in the turkey. It's definitely a matter of preference, and some people definitely like to brine them, so that's fine. But you can't really brine a frozen turkey. You got to start with a thawed turkey to begin with.
I have lots of questions, Astrid. Anita, are you okay? You're getting choked up talking about turkey.
I do like Thanksgiving's my favorite.
You do cook
I do.
turkey?
I cook a turkey every year, and I'm not bragging because I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like throwing stuff at the wall until it sticks. But everyone always tells me it's the best turkey they've ever eaten. I don't know.
Astrid,
I don't know.
Fantastic.
Astrid's proud of you.
Thank you, Astrid.
All right. Let me ask you this.
Questions.
You know the little, I don't even know the technical term, that little popper thingy in the turkey?
The thermometer.
Oh, yes. No.
Can you trust that?
Actually, it's a good thing, but it only registers the temperature where it's placed. So it might tell you that your breast is ready, but what's happening to the thigh underneath the pan. So our handy dandy thermometer, which now we can, have a place to put on our Thanksgiving hosting pans, is what you need to make sure that your turkey's fully done everywhere. 170 in the breast, 170 in the thigh, and if you decide to stuff it, 165 in the stuffing.
Okay, wait.
And then that leads me to our Thanksgiving hosting pans here.
Okay, before we get to the pans, I have a question. I never know where to put the thermometer before I put the turkey in. But you're saying move it around? You don't cook with it
you
in the...
Take several different...
Oh.
No. Because again, you got to have an oven-safe thermometer to be able to cook it with a turkey in the turkey.
Okay, I do.
So
I do have one of those.
If your thermometer is not oven safe, then you don't want to do that. It's going to melt. But the other thing is, if your turkey is stuffed, the stuffing is the last thing to come to temperature. So if you take the temperature in the thigh, it's possible that the stuffing is not yet up to temperature. So you want to make sure that you take temperatures in different places and not just the thigh or not just the stuffing. You want to make sure it's all around done and ready to be eaten.
Okay. My next question, Astrid, is the bags. You know those bags does everybody use a bag?
I don't use a bag.
Sure.
Okay, what are the pros and cons of using one of those poultry bags? I don't know what it's called.
There isn't a con, there isn't a pro. Usually they're called turkey cooking bags.
Okay.
Basically, it's a different method. It's a moist heat method. So your turkey is a little bit, it's basically steaming in the bag. So it's not necessarily getting roasted. But some people prefer it much better than the roasted turkey. Is very much a personal preference. So if you want to use one of those, sure, go ahead.
Okay.
So that's when the skin's not as crispy, right? Because it's a little softer. So I have a question.
It's more moist.
Do you start out with the foil on top and then take the foil off, or is it the opposite? Let it, because you put it in a little bit, let it cook without the foil, and then cover it. Or okay.
Yes, basically that's where when you're checking the temperatures at 2/3 of the time has elapsed. We also recommend that you put a little bit of foil over the breast for it to then slow down the cooking. And by then your turkey's already golden brown and delicious. So looking now, what you're waiting is for the rest of it to get done. That's why the roasting pans are going to be helpful, because then you'll have always that thermometer right there at your disposal to be ready to use.
How do you get that little kit there?
Yeah, can we see that?
What?
Your kit, your
can
little
you hold it
bag
up?
thing that you got.
The thermometer or the pants?
Well, oh, no, they're pants. Oh, I thought it was a bag.
I did
Hold
too.
on, let me zoom
these
in.
are pants.
Wait,
This is our collaboration. Oh no, they're pants. This is our collaboration with Hedley and Bennett this year. We've designed the Thanksgiving hosting pants so that the host is dressed to match, their ability to make their turkey.
This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Some turkey roasted
because
pants.
also every Thanksgiving when I'm cooking, I don't know what to wear. I don't feel like getting dressed. Where do we buy these pants? I need these pants.
Actually, they're being given away for free while supplies last.
Send me a pair.
The next two giveaways are November 10th and the 17th at Thanksgiving Hosting Pants. You have to be on the website at noon Eastern because they're going fast and is only while supplies last.
Oh my
But again, remember,
gosh.
Thermometer, bottle opener, our number upside down so you can see it. You can put your tools, you can put your towel. They are super comfortable. They're very durable because Hedley and Bennett is an expert on outfitting chefs. So you're dressed to success with our Thanksgiving hosting pants.
It says coming soon on the website. I am signing up. I'm notified as to when I can purchase these pants.
Oh, those are great.
Those are amazing.
At first I thought it was a bag, but now that we zoomed in, I can see
they're for free.
For
They're
free.
free. And they're not for purchase, so as while supplies last.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's why you got to be there on the 10th to make sure that you get your own pair.
10th at noon.
All right, write it down. Put it in your calendar.
I have a alert set.
Okay. Astrid, since we still have you here, we have another couple minutes. What are some of the we have 1 minute. What's the dumbest question you've ever gotten from someone calling in?
Oh, good one.
Between all 50 of us, we have lots of questions. I don't think they're dumb. I just think they're a little misinformed, and we're here to answer. We don't want you to feel intimidated and not call when you have a question and you need help.
Yeah.
So I've gotten calls wanting to defrost their turkey in the dishwasher. We've also had people, no, don't do that.
That's good.
Hot water, no.
Oh, gosh.
And definitely the turkey does not need to be washed. It just needs to be patted dry and they're ready to go.
Right.
Also, we've had people in the colder climate that put their turkey outside to defrost. Not very successfully because then the animals get to it and then when they go back to find it, it's gone.
We're going to call you.
Not be the best thing to eat.
We're going to call that 800 number as we get closer to Thanksgiving.
Bye,
we hope we get
Astrid.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. But 1-800-Butterball or butterball.com.
So fun.
And welcome back to more of Fox 10 Talks. Nice view and a beautiful day. This finally, Des, we have finally arrived to hiking weather. Now I look at Camelback and I think, okay, I could actually do it.
Yeah?
In
When
November.
are you going up?
Any Saturday, I would, I always do the Cholla Trail instead of Echo Canyon. Have you done it yet? You're going to love it.
We have not done Camelback yet. No.
Today's guest, ladies and gentlemen, is Steve Nielsen.
Hey,
Former Boy
Steve.
Scout, by the way. Did a lot of hiking back in the day.
Have you done
Ooh.
Camelback or Piesta
No.
one? Do you have a favorite?
This is very important.
Okay.
I married a non-hiker.
Oh.
So my hiking time has changed dramatically as I've gotten
Oh,
older.
I
I used to, in college, I remember one of my best friends was an Eagle Scout.
Okay.
I was a Life Scout, couldn't make it to Eagle. I just didn't have what it took.
Oh,
But,
stop. You did.
But we would go backpacking. We'd have
Yeah.
all these adventures, and then I come back after being gone for years, married to a non-hiker, and now I haven't gone on a single trail.
So is it that she
go
won't go with you? Or
She
it's just not
believes-
her thing independently?
It's not her thing independently,
Okay.
and it's not something I've driven to go do on my own.
Right, okay,
And,
okay.
with 3 kids, it's just, I
That's
like the idea of
that's
being
the
like,
kicker.
hey, I'm going to go walk outside
Sure.
for 3 hours, see you in a
3
bit.
hours, not
Yeah,
gonna
right?
fly.
We're lucky
Yeah.
if we can, get in a 30-minute workout.
Yeah, it is a full conversation when one of us is like, I need to go to the grocery store. It's like, oh, boy,
You gotta
okay.
plan it out, right?
You have to take at least one of the kids.
So
Right,
much for all that
right,
Life
right,
Scout experience. Now, I do have to share the story, you guys, because I'm so proud of my buddy. We just had a story about how we don't have as many friends as we used to.
We don't.
I have
Yeah.
stayed in touch with my best bud from high school days, and we're still
Awesome.
best buds.
That's amazing.
He was the youngest Eagle Scout in America. When
Wow.
he became an Eagle Scout back in, it would have been 1974 or 5.
That's
And the
incredible.
reason I remember is he got to go back to the White House and meet the president, who was Gerald Ford.
That's incredible.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, Toby, shout out to you,
Wow.
buddy. Yeah.
Congrats, Toby, on that.
Yeah.
And I actually have an opportunity to be the oldest Eagle Scout alive if I were to try to start doing that right now.
Go. It's like these guys that are trying to get 8 years of college eligibility.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
we're
right,
gonna have a
right. What do I
quarterback
have to
who's
do?
40 in college. Anyway, okay, Steve, you got a big story coming up. What's going on, buddy?
Well, I want to talk Prop 409, which I know immediately there's going to be a lot of people like, we're talking propositions. What are we doing here? We're talking nobody cares about these things, right? All the dollars and cents, they're massively important. These are huge issues that impact all of us. They impact how much money we give in taxes every single year. They impact the quality of life if those dollars are spent wisely. So it's a huge issue. We have an election tomorrow, and there's not a lot of individual people on the ballot tomorrow. There's not a lot of driving force. I was talking with Stan Barnes, political analyst, about it. He's like, yeah, turnout's going to be low on this one.
Well, you don't see the TV ads.
No,
right? I feel like that's what drives the enthusiasm level or lack thereof.
Well, I feel like most people kind of forget, too, if it's not a big election, a presidential election, and, governor necessarily.
I am willing to bet a lot of people right now, listening to us right now, had no idea that there's an election tomorrow. Like, it's just not top of mind for a lot of people. But this is a huge issue. If you live in Maricopa County, Prop 409, Valleywise Health wants up to $900 million in bonds. That is a massive amount of money. They're doing a lot with it. They want 200 new beds, a new building to replace their 50-year-old health annex that they got on their main campus right now. They're basically saying they did this before a few years back. They asked for a lot of money from taxpayers. They built all of these new facilities, and that was supposed to get them up into the 2030s. Well, they're already having 2030s demand that was anticipated today.
Yeah.
So the demand has just changed overnight. So if voters approve this and say yes to it, they have a fun little calculator on the assessor's website about how much your taxes would go up.
Oh.
For the average person, we're talking quite literally $2 a month, something along those lines. But you can put in to see what your parcel is and how it would individually impact you. But yeah, the average household, I think it's like $2.30 a month here. And I did talk to Stan Barnes about it, and he said lower turnout is a good thing for yes on the proposition. Lower turnout with props is usually good because It's the people that really care about it that are the ones that go and vote.
Want to get them passed.
Yes.
Yeah. What are the other details of this proposition that we should be aware of? Anything?
Yeah, so they want to enhance physician training, grow emergency services at their medical center. I think what's important here is that it's not money that's going to be spent on individuals. They can't, the way the bonds work, they can't do that. It's money that's being spent on like physical spaces, physical how they manage their operation out there.
So if you said there's going to be a huge facility that comes along with this, have they said where that's going to be located? Would it be on the current campus of Valley Wise already?
It'd be replacing older buildings. Their 50-year-old building is my understanding on this one here. And they want to get this thing going ASAP because they're saying the demand's already there for it today. And they hope to get it built by, 2028, 2029, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we do a pretty good job of building things around here.
We do.
I don't know. What's your hometown,
There's something always
Steve?
being
I grew up in Mission Viejo, California.
Okay, so you see what it's like over there. They can't build a freeway to save their lives in L.A., right?
They built a lot of great freeways in the
back
1950s.
In the 50s.
And then they were like, cool, we're done with that.
I go back to Seattle, and I'm still driving the exact same I-5 freeway as I did when I was a college kid.
Yes.
Anyway.
We were so good at infrastructure in the 1960s, and then we just stopped. We just stopped.
All right, Steve, welcome anytime, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks for the conversation, guys.
Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Wish me luck on the Eagle Scout, by the way.
Yeah.
Gotta get that.
Hey,
sending you all the good vibes.
Yeah, for sure. Des, I'm very excited that with the time change, here's one of the big bonuses. Look who we get to chat with now. Every Monday morning at 11:35, 11:36, the man who says the chicken tenders and fries before guys.
Sorry, I forgot I had the live shot today. I should have worn something a little more appropriate, but hey, life motto, just so everyone knows.
No, we love it, and feel free to wear whatever you want to wear.
Sure.
It's welcome. Are you kidding?
Man.
Okay, good. All right,
good.
We love it.
We want to see your whole collection of T-shirts every month.
Yeah, there you go. Each week we'll do a fun one.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot going on. We really enjoy every Monday getting a chance to talk with you, and you joined us at other times as well. Some of the big headlines today, though, I guess have to do with Sydney Sweeney. What happened with her?
Yeah, wild weekend out this weekend. Sydney Sweeney, who we know is dating Scooter Braun, and it seems pretty serious, that relationship, after she recently ended her engagement with Jonathan Davino. And it looks like she ran into her ex-fiance this weekend in a very awkward and tense moment. So we know that Sydney was at Giorgio Baldi, a restaurant here in L.A., with some friends watching the Dodgers game. And then after the game, she hopped into an Uber and then slipped out of that Uber once she thought, I guess, the paparazzi wasn't following her, and slipped into the car of her ex, Jonathan Davino. They then went back to her house, and we have witnesses that state they heard some arguing. One of the things that was stated was Sydney said, "I don't believe you. Please leave me alone." So
they went back to her house or his house?
Yeah.
To her house or his house?
Her house.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's odd. I mean, it seems like generally you want to keep a little bit of a distance when you're already in a new relationship.
But she jumped in the vehicle with him, Eric? Is that what you said?
Yes. So we don't know exactly, if maybe he saw her, maybe she saw him, what happened, but she slipped out of the Uber and got into his car, and they both kind of were trying to avoid the paparazzi, who got a few shots of them together in the car. But yeah, then they went back to her house, and that's when the alleged arguing started.
Okay, well, I guess the next part of that story you guys will have to dig into and find out what could they have possibly two exes been talking. It's not like they had kids or anything. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. Maybe he's, the Scooter relationship is pretty public now, so maybe he's getting a little jealousy there, or we don't know exactly what they were talking about. But obviously, she's front facing with that relationship, and also she was on the red carpet showing off a lot of her assets last week as well. So maybe that was something fresh in his mind that he wanted to.
Now, I guess I'm a little out of the loop, Eric. Why did these two split to begin with?
We don't know. It seems like it kind of just ran its course. They were together for a little while, but we don't really get a full explanation as to why. There was no bad blood or anything like that, it seemed.
Okay.
But yeah, it kind of just fizzled out, and they were trying to avoid it because they did delay their wedding. at first, and that was kind of the first signs of them ending their relationship. But yeah, we don't know exactly why. It kind of, as far as we can tell from our sources, just kind of fizzled out.
Okay. So there was no big shoe that dropped.
No.
Okay. All right, let's talk Jennifer Aniston because she's letting us in to her love life a little bit here. What's going on with her? This is good news.
Yeah, positive love story. So Jennifer Aniston, who's very private about her relationships usually, and really about her life in general, she posted this weekend celebrating her boyfriend Jim Curtis's birthday. Jim Curtis is a life coach and hypnotherapist that she's been seeing for a few months now. But this is the first time that she's gone public and officially confirmed the relationship.
Wow. Well, okay. I mean, we're happy for her.
I'm so happy for her. Okay, I'm still sad and upset with the whole split from Brad. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie.
We'll never get over it. There's still like that hope, you know, you want to hold on to it, but she's happy. This guy Jim seems like a very nice guy. He's not a huge celebrity, so you know that they balance that out with each other.
Maybe that works. We joked this morning. We said, is she under his spell because he's a hypnotist?
Yeah, that's what we're wondering. Like, did it start with him helping her, life coaching her, and you know, I guess that's a dangerous thing if you see a hypnotherapist. You know, you might end up accidentally dating them and not even know why. I guess that is a possibility.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. All the ladies in the newsroom had to go look him up because like you mentioned, he's no like big celebrity, so we don't know who this guy is. And go look him up, ladies.
Yeah, there you go.
He's not bad on the eyes.
Hey, let me ask you guys before we hit our break here. If you had an extra $1 million, like all these Hollywood celebrities, you could just buy anything. I think for $1 million, I would probably like do a BK franchise, or maybe a Krispy Kreme or a Burger King or something like that. But apparently, Pete Davidson has tens of millions to throw around because he bought a ferry, and he's been kind of going back and forth whether to keep being the owner of it, right? With Colin Jost.
Yeah, him and Colin Jost bought this ferry a while back. It's been a few years now. They rented it out to be used in some movies. They filmed that Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie horror film there recently. But now they have plans that they say they're fully committed to of turning this into some sort of entertainment venue where people can go. I don't know if it's a club or what it might be, but they're committed to keeping it apparently now.
And what was the ferry they actually bought and why?
It was a Staten Island ferry.
Wow.
An actual ferry that they use to transfer people back and forth across the islands there.
Have you ever been on the Staten Island ferry?
I think so. I've definitely been to the Statue of Liberty, so I feel like you need to take some sort of ferry there to get there. So
you're right about that.
I was on some sort of ferry in New York, but you know.
All right. Always great having Eric on for sure.
We'll see. Eric.
My pleasure, guys.
See what T-shirt you wear next week.
Can't wait.
T-shirt.
The bar's high now.
There you go. All right, it's a mystery cam for y'all. We'll be right back. Give us your guesses in the online chat. We'll be right back. Okay, I haven't seen too many guesses, Des, on the old mystery cam. And so one thing I'm noticing is it doesn't look like the colors are turning yet, so I'm not going to go up to, say, New England. You know, we're upstate New York. I'm sure by now, upstate New York, the colors have already probably come and gone.
Yeah.
In November.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely probably not still green.
Yeah. So a little further south, like Tennessee, Georgia, a little bit mountainous. What do you think?
Oh.
Muffins is like, pretty safe to say not Arizona.
Thinks Maryland.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not going to go Maryland. I would think the leaves would be...
Turning more?
Yeah, turning a little more.
Okay, so you're going to go further south.
Kentucky?
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Maybe. I'll go Kentucky.
I'm going to just
Final
go
guess.
a little bit further south than that and say it's either Tennessee or Georgia. So, of course, I'm trying to look at the license plates. It's a beautiful lake.
You're trying to see.
Nah, we don't
Smart.
quite have that HD
Smart.
ability. I think I'm going to say Georgia, and you are going Kentucky.
We'll go Kentucky.
So,
Yeah. Let's
here
see.
we go.
Oh, it is Scottsboro, Alabama.
Oh, that is one beautiful area. Let's go back and look at it one more time. I was so surprised. Where were we? So my wife Renee, you know, we're all from Washington, but her dad got sent to Alabama when he worked as an engineer to work on the moonshot. And so he literally was working with that whole group of engineers for the Apollo project.
Oh, wow.
And I know it would have been such a fascinating I'm sure there's some movie scripts to be told in there. And
Does he have a diary?
Had a what?
Did he have a diary? Did he leave us some good stories?
Could have been. But we drove to go to her hometown of Decatur, Alabama. And then as we were leaving Bama, we drove right through that drive from Huntsville through Scottsboro and all the way up then to Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's one of the prettiest drives in America.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. It's all so beautiful.
Nice 61 degrees there today.
Okay.
That sound nice.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? We have several stories we're going to get to for you this morning, including, I thought this was really an important story to get out there, which is there's been a turquoise alert issued in Maricopa County in the case of a missing teenager. Mesa PD looking for Yolan Hermios, 16 years old, has not been seen since Saturday night out around Dobson and Broadway. So she's Pacific Islander, 4'11", 110 pounds, and believed at last sighting to be wearing black and red shorts, black tennis shoes. Her family says it's not like her at all to be gone for any kind of an extended period of time. So we just wanted to get the information out there. And in Mesa, they say, just give us a call. Call Mesa Police if you have any clues or if you spot her, or certainly call 911.
And if you're wondering what the turquoise alert is, it's deployed when a person goes missing under unexplained or suspicious circumstances, believed to be possibly endangered as well. So it is imperative that you keep your eyes peeled and, be on the lookout for her.
Yeah, for sure. There was another story that was really interesting, which if you drive... if you get off the main freeways and really get out there and start to explore Arizona, there are some roads that are really challenging. And there's a family in Prescott that's going to try to take the loss of their daughter and turn it into a way to try to help others, because Chris Little was driving along Thumb Butte Road in Prescott. Car just veered a little bit and went right over the edge, and she didn't make it. Here's now what the family is saying.
Was the light of my life. She and I hiked all the time. We would take off and we would meet at my office or somewhere downtown, and we would just go hiking out on Thumb Butte, or we'd go hiking somewhere around the lakes.
We used to go side by side driving. We just did one over to Cottonwood and back with a bunch of friends of ours. But she's always looking to do some adventurous thing.
When Chrissy rolled her car, CJ must have bounced out. And when the rescuers got to the location, they found CJ next to Chrissy's body. And man.
can just imagine how tough it is. But we also have the video from the area where the car went over the edge. And one of the things they're trying to do is to focus on things like guardrails on some of Arizona's steeper and more challenging roadways. And boy, there are some, as you get up into the hills up above, say, Bumblebee, and all the way across over toward Prescott, there's some challenging roads out there, and people love them. But the idea of some guardrails at certain curves on multiple roadways, gravel or even dirt roads, seems to me like it's would really be a good idea. And kudos to them for trying to make a difference now in Chrissy's memory.
Yeah, and they shared a little bit more about her when we covered the story as well. So she was, they say, just really adventurous. And her mom actually said she had a paddleboard, a kayak, 2 vehicles, and one of them she called Penelope. So that was actually her forerunner. And that was unfortunately what she was driving that day. She lost her life. So that's why they came up with the Penelope Project, and getting that name from her forerunner.
And you know, the other thing, Des, is there's a real push now to get the Apache Trail to, especially on 3 or 4 different curves, because, man, all you have to do, a lot of these roads have almost no shoulder. If you're like 2 feet off the side, you're going over. And so that's a big push as well up there. So we should probably kind of stay in touch with our friends over at ADOT to see if all of these efforts that people are, you know, talking about, like, come on, let's get a little more safety oriented. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm not really sure who would be against that. You know, I mean, I don't know how much a guardrail costs, but I'm sure it could be found somewhere in the budget, you know, keep us safe. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the stories, when we come in on, I'm just looking here, this one right
Which one? I think it's the middle one. I don't really know.
When we come on in the morning, the stories that I think are interesting to us, and we're like, gosh, we've got to learn more about that. And sometimes they just make you say, what? This happened? The brazenness of the criminal element, Des, sometimes drives me crazy. I can't believe that somebody was so brazen to not only try to rob a store, but to basically destroy it with their vehicle.
Oh, not even with their vehicle, with a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, with somebody else's vehicle.
It's like double the crime.
Okay, ready? Here's so this happened at at a smoke shop in Tempe.
Yep.
And the crooks got away with some high-demand vape pens. The owner says he's so angry about that. I don't know, angry. He's just fed up. He's going to offer a $30,000 reward. It all happened yesterday morning over there at about Mill and Baseline. We're going to show you that surveillance video in just a moment. But it shows this SUV stolen. Like Des just pointed out. Bust right through the windows and land in the middle of the store. Brother, here we go.
Someone like drive through the place and a tornado happened. Like, it's crazy.
I check the cameras and I see a car parked right in the back of the store. Like right in the middle of the store. I thought it was either a drunk driver or a snatch and grab, you know? And like my heart started pumping right away and I got really nervous. Very reckless, very, very stupid.
Now, our apologies for the glitchiness of that video. We're still working to try to resolve that. It doesn't even happen earlier on, Des. It's only when we're on at 11:30. But I think you can still get the gist of what everybody was saying, the various people we were talking to. Here's the guy. He goes in there. He grabs the merch, you know, after really basically destroying half the store. It really looks like, I'm not saying it's an inside job, but it's somebody who had knowledge of what he wanted and where it could be located.
I was going to say the same thing.
I know.
Someone that maybe frequented the store, because if you're going to do this, what if you did it and destroyed the items you were looking to steal? So they obviously knew that they could pull in this way and still get the items that they were seeking.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, so
a big reward, $30,000 for any information leading to that arrest.
And by the way, we have reached out to him, to the store's owner, so hopefully he'll join us live in the next couple of days. We can maybe get a little update on what's going on with the cleanup and the rebuilding. But what a pain in the neck from some guy.
Well, that's someone's livelihood.
Yes.
You know, that's how he's making a living to most likely put a roof over his head, maybe feed his family. It's just, you hate to see this happen.
We have entrepreneurs everywhere. They build great businesses, and then somebody like this comes along. Des, we had
I just want to know, how much are those smoke pens, vape pens really worth?
I know.
Doing all
In
that?
a cooler? I don't know. More to learn for sure. We had a guy this weekend. I cannot believe we're on the verge in the NFL someday of seeing a 70-yard field goal. I mean, the football field's only 100 yards long. A 70-yard field goal will happen. That's my prediction, because a guy just kicked one for 68 yards this weekend.
Incredible.
Isn't that amazing?
He could have easily gone 70. I think he had.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Even more than 2 yards to spare.
I think he had like 5 more.
Yeah.
Okay, so his name is Cam Little, and he's a giant in the world of field goal kicking. Congrats for him. By the way, it was right at halftime. The Jags, he's with the Jacksonville Jags. They were playing the Las Vegas Raiders. So amazing. And now I want to watch the Jags just to see if that guy can kick a 70-yarder.
He probably can.
I bet so.
Yeah.
Okay, one last story before we say our goodbyes, and it has to do with our friends over at McDonald's. What's this? They're running out of cash. I mean, cold, hard cash. Pennies are in short supply. Remember, the president said that they were going to stop making them because it cost something like 3 cents per penny. Yeah, it's a little bit of a loss leader, I guess you could say. So they say, customers, if you pay with your credit or debit card, you're not going to be affected. But there's no guarantee if you pay with cash that your change is going to come back with pennies.
So, question, if they owed me like 23 cents,
yes,
would they round up and then I would essentially get 2 more cents, or are they going to round down to 20?
They need to round up, don't they?
Well, I don't know. I think it said round up or down. So what does that really mean?
I wonder. Imagine you get back 2 pennies.
I mean, pretty soon, I think cash is going to be a thing of the past.
I was just thinking the same thing, too.
It's all, I mean, with the Apple Pay, your debit card, credit card.
As long as the quarter pounder with cheese doesn't become a thing of the past, we'll all be okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with Des and me. We'll see you tomorrow.